Hi, my name's Andy Harmon. I work down in the low desert, teaching improv and running a writers group called the Writers Studio. I worked for several years at the CV Rep Conservatory. Now I teach independently. But over the last 2 years, I have done a couple of talks at High Def and had a chance to see how it all works and the opportunities it gives to people. Well, the first, I guess it was 2 years ago, I did a talk, a lecture demonstration about conflict in improv. So I ran this workshop, and there were 2 volunteers from the audience, and they made a beautiful little scene together and had a lot of fun practicing saying yes to each other as players, but blocking each other or one blocking the other as characters. So I remember that with great fondness and enjoyment as the audience kind of chipped in and participated.
And then maybe we'll see God.
Yes, we'll see God. And we'll start to pray.
How are theater and the arts relevant to the times we're living in? Well, it's hard for me to answer that question in some way because my whole life has been given over to teaching the arts, both in business and among the general public, and in schools and in drama schools and in groups. So to me, theater and the arts is my life. And so the question about why is it important is almost impossible for me to answer. It's like saying, why is breathing important? Because it keeps you alive. There was a wonderful book that I bought called Why Cats Paint. Now, it turns out that cats do not paint. It was created as a kind of joke. But in some way, it expressed what I believe is a universal desire to express ourselves in some way, and also the delight of doing it well. I think the big word that springs to mind is opportunity. And it's an opportunity to do your own work as opposed to someone else's play or someone else's piece, even though you may be part of a team that's collaborating. The whole idea of Fringe seems to me to be one of working together to show and share something new. And it's always a risk. Sometimes the pieces are really fascinating and gripping, and sometimes, well, they're not. But that's not the point. This space of original work that's risky to do, but comes from the place of enthusiasm and passionate self-desire to express yourself, or desire to express yourself, is, I think, unique to Fringe. How do I see theater and performance changing as we go forward? Well, I don't know. For me, there is a special quality to live performance, which is almost indefinable, that makes it possible to have an experience in the theater that's not exactly like anything else. In the theater, in my view, is different than movies. My wonderful wife, put it this way. She said, movies are make-believe real. and theater is real make-believe. And there is something about a live performance, even when it's been rehearsed and scripted, is we're welcomed into the world of this story or this tragedy or this comedy in a way that transcends the story. It transcends the acting, it transcends the directing. All of those elements are involved. But it kind of puts us in touch with some kind of deep aspect of ourselves. Now, this new deal, which is not what I'm doing, because I'm pre-recording this, but what you're seeing at this Fringe show is live theater over Zoom. It's not like taped. It's not cut, pasted, cleaned up. It's what it is. And we'll just have to find out what that leads to when it happens. I hope this doesn't go on for ever and ever. But as long as it does, we're going to find out more about what we're doing.